Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Leo, and I'm coming back with another video. Today, I want to share with you guys 12 lessons that I've learned in 2023. But before I get into these lessons, I want to quickly ask you, if you're not subscribed and you like my content, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another video. Also, make sure you like this video. It just lets me know that this content is valuable to you guys, and it encourages me to continue putting more out there. And also, make sure you share these videos with a friend. Another quick announcement too. Um, my mentorship, servant leaders, is open and available for all servant leaders. Come on in. I'm inviting you in. If you are someone who is ready to build your leadership, and you're ready to dive deeper into your personal development and your self-identity, I invite you into this mentorship. This is literally everything I wish that I would have. you know um, all the information, all the knowledge that I wish I would have had as I was going through my self-development journey, that I want to share with you guys. And not only that, we're going to have some guest speakers coming in next year. And right now, if you sign up before the end of the year, you get January and February free. So I encourage you to go down to the description box and make sure you hit that link and join the mentorship. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So 12 lessons that I have learned in 2023. Now, if you guys see me looking past you, it's because I'm looking at my board here, because I wrote them all down for you guys. And so the first thing that I've learned was, and this is really lessons for us all, right? So people will tell you things to emotionally trigger you. Okay. And basically how I learned that lesson was, especially when you're a person of integrity, and you are a person of your word, and people see your light and they see you shining. I've It's been time and time again this year where someone sees me thriving in my just and what I do, just me being my normal self, and they'll say something or they'll do something to emotionally trigger me. And if this is you, um, that was the lesson, really is to how to control your emotions in those moments. And it's by becoming aware of what's happening in that moment. Someone saying or doing something to intentionally emotionally trigger you, to pull you out of your character, so that they can have something to say about you, rather than all the good things that they can only say about you. You know. So that was the first lesson that I've learned this year. It was a very interesting lesson, I'll say for sure. The next thing I learned, so lesson number 2 is, when others are threatened by you, they will do things to try and pull you out of your character. Um, so basically, I'll share. Maybe I'll start sharing a little story with you. So basically, this was lessons I learned in my previous work field, and it kind of goes along with the last lesson, where people will tell you things to emotionally trigger you. People who are threatened by you will do things to pull you out of your character. And so basically, a little story that happened was, you know, um, I was friends with a good friend. It was me and a good friend, um, and so me and this friend kind of got into a conflict. We got into a conflict, and of course, the type of person I am, because I value my friends, I'm the type of person that will come and address the conflict head on, and just kind of express how I feel, how it made me feel. Now, when you're emotionally intelligent, okay, and I'm just sharing this with you, whether you're emotionally intelligent or not. When you're emotionally intelligent and you're aware of how you feel and what's triggering you to feel that way, and you aren't afraid to talk about it and confront it, other people who are not as aware, this is the lesson. Other people who are not as aware as you are about um, their emotional body and can talk about it, they get triggered by that. They get triggered by it and they look at it as an attack on them, whether they did something to you or not. But if you're addressing them about something that they did that hurt your feelings or made you feel some type of way, um, they're attacking you about that, and that's just is what it is. And so you, with your emotional intelligence and your awareness, become aware of what's happening. And it's not that you've done anything wrong. It's not that you've said anything wrong. It's simply the fact that because of who you are, they can't handle that. And because they can't handle it, they take it out on you. And so this is really a lesson of being aware of, who you call in your friends, who you keep, the people that you keep around, which is the next lesson I have. The next lesson I have is being cautious and aware of the people that I called my friends, the people I stick around, the people I keep around me. And this is very important just on a personal development level, especially if, and now it's important, a lot of these are really just self-reflecting things, right? So this is especially important when, for instance, when you are hanging out with a group of friends that you like, you trust, you're familiar with these friends, but you also know that this group of friends is on the same things that you used to really like, that you are trying to lean away from, that is not bringing you towards, a destination that you're trying to go towards. If you have a mission that was provided to you by the Lord, if you have a purpose on your life, but with the covering of the Lord, you know that these people don't have a specific purpose. They kind of just go with the flow. But you know these people, you like these people, you trust these people because this is your comfort zone. These are the people you're comfortable with. You just have to be careful because not all your friends are friends. Not all your friends are going to support you. And a lot of your friends might be low-key hated, right? And so you just have to have some awareness with that. The fourth thing that I learned this year was the other people who could see your light brighter than you. No, sorry, I said it wrong. Other people who other people can see your light brighter than you because you live in it every single day. And this was really like a deep lesson for me because and it was more so a lesson of like, speaking on, and I feel this lesson really can relate to somebody who maybe deal with a lot of insecurities, but it's a certain type of insecurity that you deal with. There's two different type of insecurity. There's insecurities, because you feel like you lack something, because you feel like you're not as emotionally intelligent, maybe not as aware, maybe not as smart, and you're comparing yourself to other people. And then there's insecurities where you know that you have gifts, you have intelligence, that you are more than you portray yourself to be, but you're afraid to let other people see that part of you because of whatever reason. And so that is the type of insecurities that I have dealt with a lot. I know that I have all these great qualities. I know I have all these gifts. I know I have all these aspects about me but I've been afraid to show other people. The thing about it is, no matter how much you try to hide all these things about yourself, they naturally exude because you are just who you are. You can't hide the essence of you, and you really can't. And even though you think you're hiding it, you try to play small, and other people can still see. Other people can still see your light. Other people can still see the light that's within you. And it might even be that most times they can see that light within you more than you see it within yourself. More than you see it within yourself. And so, um, and so this is a lesson. This was a really interesting lesson for me to learn because you walking it, I'm walking in my light, I'm walking in my energy every day. It's like, okay, I think I'm doing a good job at hiding, when the truth of the matter is, other people can see the qualities, and especially, I'm just gonna say it, y'all, especially if you're a woman dealing with men, other men know exactly, the different type of women, and especially, the type of women to go after. And they can see what kind of woman you are from the get-go, y'all, from the get-go. And other women can see this too, you know. And so a lot of people will see this, and if they can't manipulate you or get their way out of you, they will feel attacked or play victim or attack you, is what I have found with that. And so you just really have to be careful and stop playing dumb. Really see yourself and acknowledge yourself and take the veil off of who you really are, right? So the next lesson that I've learned is no one can steal God's blessings from you. Only you can block them. This was a great lesson for me, y'all. No one else can steal God's blessings from you. Only you can block them. And so this was a deep lesson. This is a deep lesson for not only just me, but I feel like a lot of us, right? Because, and I feel like a lot of us too, especially people who may have little to no belief. Excuse me. Excuse me. You only believe what the eyes can see, right? And so, um, we have to kind of come to a place where we have to come to a place in our faith where we realize that the things that these two eyes are seeing are only physical manifestation of the reality of what is. Now, the reality of what is, not everything can be physically manifested. Some things are just, you know, awaiting in the abyss to be manifested. Some things are not able to be manifested because they just don't have that a strong enough power or potential to be manifested. And so you have to realize that, a lot of people, even in the and I say this too because especially in work situations or friendships or any type of relationships, you have to realize, right? You have to realize that if it is a friend that you lost or a job that you didn't get or a promotion that you really wanted that you didn't receive, whether any of those things that you didn't get and you think that you took an L, it's not necessarily that you took an L. It's more that you that thing that you was chasing after wasn't in alignment or wasn't your portion. And so even if it is like somebody intentionally got up in the way and thought that they had the power to block you from rising up to that level of excellence that you know that you are deserving of, even if somebody tries to go that far, it's never going to work when you are a child of God. It's never going to work. Because nobody, not a single person on this earth, can block the blessings that the Lord has on your life. Only you can block them. And the way that you block them is not being able to see them, not being able to receive them. And so if you focus only on these worldly things and you think that all it is this world, you know, all that there is what's in front of you, then chances are you probably, most likely you're going to block your blessings more than you probably, would like to have. So you just have to realize it's, and a lot of these lessons, like I said, yeah, a lot of these lessons are really awareness. Okay. And so the next one is, let me see. The Lord will always deliver the promise. It may not look like what you think it looks like. It should look like. And this was a great one for me. And this is still, it's a great lesson that I've learned. It's still something that I'm kind of getting used to, still to this day. And when I say what I'm getting used to is, you have to realize and identify that, especially if you are coming from a specific type of background, and you're used to seeing things in a specific type of way. I give an example of like a poverty mindset, right? If you're coming from a lack mentality or poverty mindset, and you're used to looking at things through the lens of lack, 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 I don't have, and you're used to looking at all everything through these lenses, it's gonna take some. Wait, where am I? It's gonna take some lens adjusting. Yeah, it's gonna take some lens adjusting. Like kind of like how you go to the eye doctor, right? And they put those things on your face, and they have to kind of adjust, and then you get prescribed the right lens. So it's gonna take some adjusting for you. Except you don't get a machine and somebody else adjusts it. You have to do it. You have to do the work. You have to adjust your own lenses, right? And so it's gonna take some adjusting for you to really figure out and really see, um, to really see how you've been blocking yourself, how you've been um, blocking the Lord and the blessings that the Lord's been trying to give to you. And when I say that it doesn't look like how you think it's going to look, when I say it doesn't always look how you think it's going to look. It's actually that it never looks like how you think it's going to look. And so that's why you have to be open to receiving, because the thing that you think you're going to receive most likely is not going to be the thing that you receive. But the thing that you do receive is going to be exactly what you need in that time, in that moment, right? And so let's see what else we have. Let's see. So the next lesson is your presentation and your approach matters. Now, this is not only just on a physical level. This is something I've more recently learned as I have been. So let me share a little bit about you guys. You see, I'm kind of dressed up nice today. I did something to my hair. It's not in a ponytail. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but look, I tried a little thing with my hair. They call this basket weaving or something like that. And I put a little makeup on today. I got myself professional. And it's because this is something that I'm more recently learning now. I shared that with you. Let me share a little bit more about my background. I've never been the type of person that has been just intensely obsessed with the way that I look. I've always been the type of person that's just been very average, very mediocre. Like, however I look for the day, that's it. And if nobody likes it, it doesn't matter anyways. And my mindset was always like this because I used to really think that like I was unattractive and I was bigger than I was. Like I had body dysmorphia or something like that. And I just thought I was very, very unattractive. So me in my mind, if I think I'm already unattractive, why would I put any effort into trying to make myself attractive if I'm already unattractive? It just isn't going to work, right? And so I've always had that mindset, like, I'm not going to try to put any extra effort into my looks because it's not going to do anything well anyways. Like, it just doesn't matter. And I'm learning, and this, like I said, this is a more recent lesson for me. And it really it's really stemming from, I'm learning that, not only in the physical world, people care about how look, your first impression, how you approach them, physically, verbally, and all of these things, right? These things are not the only things that matter, but it also matters your presentation and approach in the spirit when you're communicating with the Lord. And the Lord was drilling this to me and really letting me know, hey, you keep asking me for the same thing over and over and over and over, but you are keep continuously hesitating on things that I'm telling you to do. So you want results that you're not working for. You haven't taken the steps that you need to take in order to get those results that you're looking for. And so, um, I just wanted to share that with you and I think it's very powerful because, uh, you know, we all can relate to presentation and approach, you know. And a lot of people, some people put a lot more effort into their presentation and their approach and their brand than others do. At the end of the day, it is your brand, it is you still, and it does matter. It does matter how you present yourself, it does matter how you approach a situation, or how you approach another person. You can't approach somebody demanding. Um, no, I dang sure wouldn't want nobody approaching me demanding, right? So another one is quality over quantity. And this is really something I just recently learned. Um, and I'm trying to remember, it was a scripture in the Bible that really helped me to cement this one. And I'm trying to remember what it was. If I can remember, I'll probably put it in the description. Whew, excuse me. I'll probably put it in the description some way that you can find it. But basically, quality over quantity is stating that um, the Lord would rather. I can't remember exactly scripture, but it is in Exodus. I'll tell you that it's Exodus. And I want to say 20. I want to say 25 or 24, or 26. One of those chapters. I can't remember. I'm sorry, but the Lord really wants us, whenever we're creating something, whatever we're putting intention into something, to make sure that that intention goes towards quality. In the book of Exodus, where me and my friend Mariah are reading, we're talking about how the Lord pretty much instructed Moses and the people of Israel to create an ark and to cover this ark in acacia wood, and then cover the acacia wood in gold. And so this whole ark looks like it's made out of gold, right? And um, the Lord specifically, when He's telling them all the measurements and everything to make this boat, He specifically lets them know to let somebody with great talent help create. Let only the people with great talent create this boat, and not to have a slackful, slothful spirit with creating. And that's really what the Lord, Lord, whenever they design us to create in their image, just like them. And just like the Lord, when the Lord creates, everything the Lord creates has purpose. There's nothing that the Lord has created that does not serve a purpose. And so even in this, in your creation, because you're created in the image of the Lord, just like the Lord. And so even in your creation, we're not supposed to be creating things just to create, or just for the quantity of it. Everything has to have a purpose, and everything should be of high excellent, high quality, of wealth, to represent wealth, right? So the next one is the power. The next lesson I've learned is the power of prayer and fasting. The power of prayer and fasting. Now, if you don't know the power of prayer and fasting, I'm literally gonna make a video about it after this. But the power of prayer and fasting comes in strong whenever you're dealing with demonic holds, and it's necessary to combine prayer and fasting in the moments where you're dealing with demonic holds, excuse me, it's important to address them with prayer and fasting when you're dealing with demonic holds, because a demonic hold is not going to let you go so easily. You have to be consistent. Now, it's a difference between you making a decision and intentionally cheating you out your decision, and you making a decision and it seems like no matter what you do, you can't get beyond the specific choice that you keep choosing that is not serving that decision. And I've also learned it's a demonic code, but I've also learned that um, when that is the case, you keep choosing the same thing. It's emotional attachment. That's how that demonic hold is able to hold onto you so tight, because they're able. And this is why you also have to pay attention to the people that you hang around, right? Because once that demonic hold is lashed onto you, it's kind of like the parasite relationship. If you ever took an anatomy class, the parasite relationship is um, there's the host, and then there's the parasite, right? And the parasite is living on the host, and the parasite is receiving a bunch of benefits off of living from the host. The host is not receiving anything at all from the parasite. In fact, the parasite is draining the host from that. And so it's just like that, right? It's like a parasite, a demonic hold. And the only way to break that hold is to really dive deep into your prayer and fasting. Prayer and fasting. So another one is the power of, no, I'm sorry, I already said that. Another one is to only pour into others from overflow. Now, this is a lesson that I've received often in the past. Can't believe I'm already at 27 minutes. Wow. This is a lesson that I've received in the past, but this year it really, really hit different. Because I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced this, where it's like, where you feel like, yeah, yeah, I do my best to, help and do things for other people, and just overextend myself. Um, but then I always feel so drained, so tired at the end of the day, and sometimes I just really want to be left alone. And it feels like, I'm always there being dependable for somebody else, but when I need that somebody else to be dependable on me, there's no one. If you are that person that feels that way, you have to learn how to only pour into people who pour back into you. You have to learn how to start saying no to certain people, even if it's like not necessarily people that you dislike or you don't get along with. But you have to prioritize you. If you're not prioritizing you, you can't prioritize or help or save no one else, right? And so you have to prioritize you. The next one is to give yourself, no, give to yourself first. And when I say give to yourself, y'all, really what I mean is to give to the Lord. Now, I say give to yourself because God lives within us, right? God, the Spirit of the Lord is within the body that we hold right now. And we are able to actively tap into that at any time, any day, any time of day, any day of week, any. We're able to tap into the Spirit of the Lord that's within us, as long as we have our minds refreshed and we're moving forward in that with, integrity. And so, excuse me. I apologize, y'all. I apologize. I'm a little tired. I've been really busy today. um, but basically, you have to really be cautious and, take awareness, take accountability over yourself, over your own needs, and assess if you even have the capacity to continue pouring into others, or how you want to start showing up to pour into others in different ways. Because it can be very draining. It can be very exhausting to individually one-on-one pour into other people and nobody else is pouring into you. And it makes it very hard, even though, if you have the spirit of resilience, you can bounce back from that very easily. But even with that, that's not very easily. It's not that easy. It's very simple. That's what I mean. It's very simple. You can bounce back from that, but it's not always easy. Might be some steps that you have to take. And so, let's see. Um, the next one is, it's okay to be scared, but don't let the fear hold you back from your growth. Don't let your fear stagnate and stall you from your development. Don't let your fear be a bigger wolf than your faith. Okay, and this is very strong. This is a great lesson I had to learn for myself. The last lesson that I want to share with you guys is this one right here. I'm going to read it. Everyone that relates to you will not always support you. Sometimes they're sometimes a reflection of who you used to be, so you can see how far you've come already. So I had to look. I'm looking at my board over here, y'all. I'm looking at my board, making sure I'm hitting these notes. But this is the last one, right? And so this is, you can see how a lot of these, if not all of them, are really just reflective questions, reflective things to really sit and analyze yourself and reflect on your actions and see why you do certain things that you do, right? And so if somebody is, let me see, let's say if somebody is, super identical marrying you, and you think that they're marrying you, right? And then they do something kind of messed up, right? That you would never do. Um, you have to be, if you're not strong enough to communicate to that person, excuse me, um, I'm just rereading this. Sometimes they are a reflection of who you used to be, so you can see how far you've come. So, um, this is important too, just in the sense of, and I think about a lot of times how, us women will be like, best friend or girl, talk to our friends or whatever. And I see this all the time, the girls post together on social media, and the next thing you know, they're not friends anymore, right? And so it's just important to know. It's very important to analyze and look at your circle. Look at your top 5, look at your top 10 people that you socialize with, and really analyze, how do the characteristics of these top 5, 10 people show up within me? And they do, because you are like the 5 top people that you hang around. So how do they affect me? And really take the time to answer that question. And so we already talked about, oh, that was the last one. That was the last one. So those are, I think I actually ended up giving you guys 13 lessons. So those are my 13 lessons that I've learned throughout the year of 2020. Now, if you have learned any lessons throughout this year in 2020, I would love to hear from you and know what kind of lessons that you've learned. So make sure you share. Make sure you share. No, well, yeah, I would love if you share this, but I was gonna say, make sure you comment down below. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired. My eyes is heavy, but make sure you comment down below. You know, comment down below what are some of the What are some ways that people show up and reflect an old version of yourself? Um, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little tired. I'm like so tired. I'm trying to ask y'all this question and my brain is fried. But what are the old version? What are some of the things that your close friends do? What are some of their characteristics that show up within you? Be honest with yourself. Post it down below. Let's talk about it. I would love to talk about it. But in the meantime, it's Leo. Look, I'm exhausted, y'all. I'm so tired. I'm going to go take a little kitty nap before I have to do this Bible study tonight. But until then, I love you so much, and we'll talk again. Peace out.